So here the manifesto debate ends. The next part is topic debate. So there were 4 topics that were already published to the candidates. Now these 4 topics are in 4 sheets, and I request one of the person from audience to please take a sheet. Scholarship. So the topic is scholarship. So Rinki will speak first. Second is Meghraj, and third is Nabil.
So the thing is like, yes, this is good. This the first point was like, what are the problems with notifications so far? As far as I think, the thing is like with notifications, students are the notifications are.
Let me just read it first. What was the topic? Considering the fact that UGC and DST have increased the fellowship and MHRD is considering the hike, what are the problems of students with notification so far? What will be your steps if the hike is not approved by MHRD? What do you think is yours? Why do you think your solution is best and will bring a change? Rinki, please start.
Yeah. I think that the impact of notification is like this, as it is already hiked by UGC and DST, and it is not hiked by MHRD. So because of these notifications, this particular type of this thing is creating difference between the pupils, because it has been hiked for the UGC and DST students and not for MHRD students. So this I think this is the consequence of that particular thing. And if it will if it will not be approved by MHRD, so firstly I'll try to find out what are the basic problems in which because of which they are not the students the stipend is not hiked. We'll be finding with those problems. We'll check whether the funds are not there, whether they are facing like whether this type of whether it will be the notice will be released related to hike in 1 or 2 weeks. So I'll wait for those things. If this type of thing will not be there, if there is something if they will not responding in any of the way, then I'll with the collaboration of other IITs, I'll make a loophole. Like I'll contact with the other IITs GSEC. As I will be GSEC, so I'll contact with others GSEC. I'll create a horizontal loop, and with all the IITs, I'll contact contact the higher authority members of the institute, like director or dean, and with the help of those director and dean, we will be providing provide a notice. Will mail notice or to MHRD people, as we already know the higher authorities like director, they have the they have the considerable status. So I think this will be so I think this particular procedure will be considerable by MHRD, and they'll respond it that way, and the impact will be better.
Meghraj.
So regarding the stipend hike, as we all of you know that already DST has announced the date of that from October 1st. They have hiked the 55%, and same thing happened with the UGC also. They also increased, and there is no difference between these people and we people. They must have to hike the stipend of we people also. So as per I know, after the hike announced by the UGC, there is a news article in Times of India regarding these hike issues, and they have mentioned that following up with these two agencies, these two DST and UGC, MHRD also will announce the same stipend hike, and they have given the tentative date of March to April end. So for this purpose, I am taking the stance like that to have some patience about the up to the March and April. We will just get the information up to which it has processed, and after that, if if it has not announced, then thereafter there are lots of ways we can do the as we have did that signature campaigning. There are lots of ways we can do the student protest. It's all about the students issue. That's why we will just collaborate with all IITs and NITs, and we go forward with some student protests.
Fine. Okay. Naveen?
Yeah, I just want to say neither me nor any other student in this IIT Bombay has any information on that from authentic sources. I don't trust any Times of India or India Today or anything. But what I will be doing is, and also an update on that, like currently the Facebook stipend hike page has said that if MHRD is going to increase, it's going to be from 1st Jan 2015. And if it's not going to implement by now, there will be a mass protest in the ending of February or in the mid of March. So what I will be doing, like I will be stressing on the 4 pillars. First pillar would be the participation of all the student bodies across India. And second point, engagement of all those things. Third, we'll actually pursue on one single path in a single purpose to meet a single agenda. Fourth point, I know like when the bureaucratic process fails, I think we need to take on anarchist paths, taking on a path of protest. This is what I would say on this scholarship.
Okay, fine. So if you have any points to counteract each other, so you can have the discussion. Debate.
My question to Meghraj is, as you have said, if the notice will not come till March or April, so you will do students protest regarding
Yes,
this.
exactly.
Don't you think this type of procedure will not be an effective way, because we are like academic people and this type of activities won't suit to us?
Yeah, exactly. What happens, we are PG students and struggling before a year back also. And if they are not agreeing on this point, it's not like hopefully it will increase in March and April, but if not, we will go on student protest. It's not like the way it's harming to institute or academics or anything. We are not going on a hunger strike or not going on a day strike. It's not like that. It's just like you should be there in the publicity. You should be there in the media, so that government and MHRD will know that people are really want this, so that they will get aware about that. As already, this is not the equality criteria that these people has increased and we are not getting that same stipend. That's just because we are lost in number. That's why they came some late, but they have to, and they must increase the.
Any point by any other?
First thing, it's not just the 2 funding agencies, Meghraj, it's UGC, DST and DBT. 3 funding agencies that actually officially announced it. The implementation and when all the arrears is going to add up is not yet known. You're talking about protest. See, I hope you know that there is a very limited domain within the IIT Bombay Autonomous Institute. Could you say me like what sort of protest you will be leading to? Because conducting even a street play or the Kiss of Love, which happened last year, we had to get several formal invitations. And also in order to have a talk of India-Pakistan on the Kashmir issue, the institute did not accept on that. So you're talking about something way beyond that, a protest. Could you enlighten us that?
Actually, you are taking my protest meaning is very broad. You are taking it that much seriously. It's not like that way I'm thinking of. I will take advice and I will collaborate all IIT peoples who are their GS and who are in all communities. I will talk to them, and finally we will decide which one is the better option, which one is the better protest. There are lots of protests. We can show the posters against them. Lots of there. I just...
Could you say 3 to 4?
Yeah, I have not gone through it, but I know there are lots of ways.
And the first one you're talking, it's collaboration, not protest. And when it comes to protest, I think no protest. If you're doing anything through diplomatic paths, I don't think that's called protest also.
Exactly. I don't get you.
See, if you're trying to actually go through the paths of diplomatic, then I don't think it's called protest.
Protest, I mean.
Okay, fine. And Rinki, you were talking about this loopholes. I don't know, like, what is that loopholes? Could you enlighten us?
Actually, the thing was, I was saying कि हाँ till a deadline I will wait. I will wait for the notice. It will not come then with the collaboration of like I'll contact to the particular, as we know कि have different issues, like all the IITs have different these type of bodies, councils, and there are also GSECs and all like in suppose there are 7 as far as I know कि how many it is. I'll take example like suppose IIT Bombay, Delhi, Guwahati, and these are hosts. So I'll be contacting the council GSEC of all those the bodies, and with the collaboration of those bodies they will contact to particular higher authority of their institute, and I'll contact to particular higher authority in my institute, and with the help of that strategy with the help of the higher authorities like directors sir or deans sir, with the help of those people we will be sending notice or mail to the HRD people, because we know the IITs pupils or from other reputed universities also, they have their own status, and the notice through those higher authorities, it will create a more impact, and the HRD people will respond on those things in assertive way. If this will not happen in any way, then I should say that the last option would be that some sort of like mass protest or sort of.
See, what you're trying to say is it's an engagement rather than using the word loophole. And second thing is, you're talking about participation of other IITs. I think that's already been done. So what more value added incremental path you are creating? Or
the thing is like these type of things were, as far as I can see, these type of things were up to GSEC level, up to council head level, This was not up to the
Director IIT Kharagpur has sent in 3 to 4 letters till now.
Yeah, but not all the directors. If such type of mails will be there from all the directors, and they have already their reputed status, if they will be sending this type of mail, and as I have said there are like suppose as we know 16 IITs there, and their directors also have their status, and they will be sending the same type of mail for the same thing, and the thing is like so I think in that case they will respond in the proper way. If they will not protest, then they will go for the sort of protest.
I want to make one closing statement. First thing, there are not 16 IITs, there are 15. 7 plus 7 old, 8 new, and 4 that are coming up. And second point, it's not just IITs you need to combine, because MHRD has even the central, state, and the autonomous institute.
I have said and all the reputed universities also, I have mentioned that.
I think we are going out of the point, so let's stop here. So we'll go for the second topic. So basically first I'll read out the topic. The topic is increasing PhD tenure. Increasing tenure for completing PhD is becoming a problem for student as well as institute. What do you think are possible reasons for same? How will you try to solve it? Why do you think your solution is the best? We'll start with Meghraj, then Rinki, and then Naveen.
Yes, the PhD tenure must be of 3 years, but most of the time what happens due to because of the research and some problems that the research results, lab results, and problem identification and problem identification and its mapping or sort of flow map of our research. It takes much more time, and most of the people were not able to complete their PhD during this tenure. For that purpose, already they are getting the fellowship up to 4.5 years. Apart from this, if they go beyond that, the fellowship is not there. And I found that major issue that the guides are expecting much more from the students, and students are satisfying with their results, whatever they have done. Another issue about the publishing of research papers and all that, but that's the out of context field. We can't do anything. For that purpose. What I found that the major issue about the extending period is that student and guide relation and their satisfaction levels. In that sense, I will prefer to say that it will be better if you give well output and well your research, whatever your topic and all methods, it will be completed in 3 years. In what I heard that I found that in European some countries in Europe, there is a restriction that your PhD must be completed in 4 hours. 4 years. That also applicable, but that's a very difficult issue to launch in our India. For that purpose, my solution is that better to contact. Better your understanding regarding guide, and that's the what decrease your.
Yeah. I think Indian culture is responsible, Indian institute culture is responsible for these reasons, because in our culture there is a in our culture there is superiority to faculty members. If we talk about research related things, in our culture students have to do to complete if I'll take example of project, so students have to do the effort. Students have to complete around 80 to 90% of tasks in 90% of tasks, and the thing is like the support by the faculties in Indian culture is very less. If I'll compare this with with foreign universities, in those universities, the work, the research work will be the collaboration work is usually is the collaboration of all the students and the faculties. They both do work simultaneously, and because of those things, because of this thing, the PhD tenure in foreign universities is relatively less as compared to Indian universities. Indian universities. So the thing is and I think to solve these type of things, firstly, if this will be possible to at least if the guide if faculty will not do such type of work, that there will be proper guidance, so the support, because the guides have the more I should say research potential to effectively execute a particular task in some time. So they should support in the proper effective way. If they are not doing for this thing, because in the current scenario, the students in the research scholar is doing their research in almost I should say lonely. So whether they can include some other members, like from some graduate students or MTech students, to complete their project, so that the
Naveen.
See, regarding this increased PhD tenure, I don't think publications are the only way of assessing a student. There should be other guidelines or other aspects of having a PhD degree. And currently, Meghraj was saying that PhD tenure is 3 years, it's 4 years for students coming after MTech, and it's 5 years for students after BTech. And you're saying the fellowship not there after.
First you put forward your point, then you can debate.
Yeah, sure. Like, I would like to stress that the publication should not just be in the quality, it should also be in the quantity. And also, there has to be an assessment of what sort of expectations is currently from the faculty onto the students, as well as from the students onto the faculty. And it has to be department specific rather than generalizing it for the institute, because a research area within the specialization may not be worth it to have it. And also that because of interdisciplinary or any growth of one aspect, you will get huge number of publications, but you will find that research in some aspect is actually stagnating. So I don't think the publications are on the right way of actually judging a PhD student.
You can continue discussion.
Yeah, and Rinki, you were talking about institute culture. Could you enlighten on that?
I was just saying कि हाँ, this is not Indian institute culture. I was saying Indian institute culture. If I'll take the example, I have already said कि हाँ, and in the foreign universities, it happens कि to complete any projects, the professor as well as the students both do the work simultaneously. That like in our culture, it happens कि the students just either they faculty either just they guide or provide just like a little bit of support, and the work is most of the work is done by the students. So that was the problem I was saying कि हाँ, this is a problem in Indian culture. While this type of thing is not there in foreign universities, I can give you some examples of it.
See, first thing you are saying that it's not institute culture, not Indian institute culture. What is the Indian institute culture?
As far as I know, the thing is like up to a certain extent, this type of thing is not there in it is not up to that extent in IIT's level. But if you all come to the lower level, lower than IITs, then don't support their students related to research. They don't exactly provide proper guide. I should not say proper guidance. They don't even provide very much help regarding those work. What I am saying कि हाँ, they should work with the students, because the particular guide and the guide is having comparatively much more research potential to execute the particular task in a in less time. So that with this the particular project will also be completed in a less time, and the thing is like the more effective way the project will be completed.
See, I don't think in the PhD the guide has to spoon feed the student. See, and the reason why the PhD tenure is less in foreign universities, if you take any publications in foreign universities, the publications are around like 7 to 8 people's name. While if you take in Indian, like it hardly goes beyond the third author. Hardly. Take even a second author. And even if you have second author, it's not considered as your publication. Okay? So that's the reason why the PhD tenure is less over there.
Okay, I have already
And if
said.
you're talking about the culture or the authenticity or the quality of the students, you look at any top universities across globe. You know the kind of competition that goes into Harvard, Stanford faculties. I bet you, out of every 10 faculties, you'll find at least one an Indian. You take the dean of Harvard Business School, you take even the faculties of people who is leading the School of Engineering in the London business, anything you say, there are there. So there's no question of having a Indian institute culture as so.
Thing is like if there are faculties from India, you're saying कि हाँ Indian faculties are there, but they are adaptable to the culture whatever is there. I'm not saying कि हाँ this is the problem with Indian faculties. I'm saying कि this is the problem of Indian institute culture.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
This is,
Yeah, no, never mind. Meghraj, could you say like what should be the guidelines for PhD assessment? Could you say me what are the guidelines for having a PhD degree?
Yes. Frankly speaking, I have not gone through PhD guidelines actually, and I don't know that much about the PhD, how it goes, but I know how the paper get published. For that paper, how much peer review required, and to what extent, how much time.
I think let's skip the debate to the topic itself. About the PhD, increasing PhD tenure.
How I would go about is that it's not just the publications. I would measure it in 3 aspects. One is on the publications, one is on the assessment, and one is the other expectations of the departments. If you're currently every PhD student is being judged by the publications, the quality or the quantity otherwise, but they just tend to forget the kind of assessment that is done. Currently, all this sort of assessment are done after the RPC, after the APS given by the RPC committee. But even though they are not enough, there should be other expectations, because faculty expects the PhD students to guide his other PhD students or get involved in this teaching assistantship. So PhD is just not about publications. It has more to do beyond the publications.
I agree with your point, but as far as I know, the notice has already been released. There is no such type of rules related to publications. Can you please enlighten what do you want to say?
Yeah, there is a rules. If you look at the current PhD.
Please relate your current discussion with the topic.
Okay, currently the PhD guidelines, at least for IIT Bombay, is that you need to have 2 journals or 1 journal and 1 conference.
These requirements has already been relaxed as far as I know.
No, if you look at that, it's not yet relaxed. It's still in the process of implementation.
Time up. Yes, so, moving on for the fourth part of the debate. Insight will be asking 2 questions to each of the candidates. So Insight has analyzed the manifesto of all 3 of you and they have prepared a couple of questions.
Okay, so we'll start with Meghraj. So in your manifesto, you have proposed that we will set up an Android app development cell. Can you tell us exactly what is the rationale behind establishing this cell? What would be their primary responsibilities?
Yeah, it's about Android app development actually. But as I came to know that there is already an Android app in our campus. It's InstaMap is already there. Apart from this, there is one more app that is IIT Bombay named under, but it's not already fully constructed out. It's not in other students. It is not distributed to students. Rather, students are not aware about that app. So when I get elected, I will just collaborate or I will contact with all my team members. Apart from this, I will just contact with the GSHA and all GS students, and we will contact and we will set up a which is already their app members who has created. I will contact with these people also, and we will just improve that app. And also I will talk to all POs to put up their information, their events information in that app itself.
So the sole purpose of this development cell is just to promote an already existing app.
But it's not working at all.
So isn't this supposed to be some sort of long-term plan? If you're planning to establish a cell, it should continue to work in the years to come, right? If this is just for a single app, does it make sense to establish a cell for 1 year?
No, it will go on working. It will go on working, and it's not the app to build and leave it. It requires updating itself.
Once the app has been set up, the updating will be done by the POR holders themselves, right?
But we don't give authority to each POs.
So
we require to collaborate their all points together, and a body which is I'm talking about that cell, they will do the all
so the cell is basically to take information from the POR holders and put it onto the app.
Exactly. POR holders will give the information to cell.
Alright, second question again to Meghraj.
Yes.
So you have proposed that the PG students will be allowed to mark their attendance in the library instead of their respective departments. Can you imagine?
Not instead of there. It's including.
Alright, so could you just explain the system completely from end?
Yeah, exactly. What is my point is the main point that centralized attendance system. What happens many of the time, probably the first year students who have much more lectures or who are busy in the attending the lectures in lecture hall complex, and they get the time of 1.5 hour during lunch time, and there is a restriction of putting attendance before 5 o'clock. It's just for the purpose of stipend and attending daily attendance purpose. It's not the lecture attendance I'm talking about. For that sake only, students have to come to their own department to put attendance, and it doesn't mean that student is absent in the academics. For what purpose that attendance made is that student is present in the academics, not in the hostel, but I am talking about the academics. So for that purpose,
if he gives his attendance within his department, he may have somebody to supervise him. In the library, he can give his attendance and not be involved in academics as well, right?
Yes, but he can also studying in library or
doing. He can, but how will you ensure this? In the department, it is ensured that if he gives his attendance, then he will be involved in his work. In the library, he can give his attendance and just.
Yes, it's about the TA and TA guides. Each student has allotted a TA guide. He is ensuring all about that the student is already doing his work or not. But many of the time what happens, apart from weekly 8 hours TAC, students have no work to do. Just for putting the attendance, they have to go there.
So your TA guide ensures that he does his work in the current system.
Yes,
If
he
he's
has to
allowed
be updated with TA guide.
So if he's allowed to give his attendance in the library, how will you ensure that the TA guide can still continue ensuring that he does his work?
Yeah, that's the issue. But TA guide can ensure that his work is completing or not to complete.
How will he ensure this in this system where it's so easy
The
for
TAs are meeting to guide itself. They are meeting to guide and they are working with them also.
So they will be working in their respective departments,
Yes,
right?
yes. Apart from this, if consider a situation that my TA work is taking a lab of UG students. Lab contains 2 hours one lecture and 3 days only. Apart from these 3 days, the other 3 days I want to study in library or I want to work in laboratory. I have lectures busy schedule. What should I do? For that sake, I am putting that, not putting new machines. Already there are punching machines, but just taking the information from that machine and considering the attendance.
Alright, sure.
Thank you.
So we'll move on to Naveen. So you have proposed having weekly English classes for the PG students. So currently there have been classes which have been established in conjunction with the British Council, which are held for a large number of UG students and a small number of PG students. Now last year the problem was that a significant number of PG students did apply for this, as many as 200, but logistics did not allow us to include all of them. So how do you propose to account for this?
See, I would say 2 points on this. If you look at the current English classes or any foreign languages class also, you won't find the number, if out of 100 you won't find it more than like 20. And moreover, I would like to
But I can tell you that last year as many as 200 to 300 PGs applied for the English classes.
See, point is not about registration, point is about actually sitting in the class and listening to that. And
So you are assuming that out of the 200 people who are registering, you will register all of them, but you will assume that only 10% of them will actually show up for the
see,
classes.
my point is, if out of 100 students who are actually attending the class, not more than 20 are from PG, not even 10. Even you take it for foreign languages also. I don't know like on what basis that is being done, but there are PG students who need to go foreign, like France or Spain or any. But if you look, having that English, having that course within their CV would actually help them in many ways. Actually going through the visa process, and I'm more interested in conducting this in the summers rather than the in semesters, because in semesters you take any slot, the PG students will not get time because we have this odd hours of working or odd hours of giving a TA ship. Within the summers, like we don't have need to go and take any tutorials or correct papers or act as an investigator. This is the purpose behind writing this.
So considering that only 10 PG students are going to apply for this program, is it really worth
It's
setting
not
up a
about
new-
applying. There people are applying, but they're not being taken into or allotted.
You said that out of the 200 students, only 10 of them will actually sit in classes, right?
Not more than 10 people are actually sitting. See, if
Yeah, so
there are
is it
200
worth setting up a new set of English classes when already English classes exist in SEM just for these 10 students?
See, my point is, if there are 100 students who are actually sitting and actually attending the class, not more than 10 are from PG students. I don't know, but people are more interested in actually taking these classes. You conduct a survey and I'm damn sure that there will be more than 60% who want to have these English classes. And moreover, it's not this semester. I want to.
This survey should have been conducted during your groundwork, right? Why should I?
Yeah, I have talked to most of the PG Academic Council also.
Alright, fine. So we'll move on to the next question, Pranali. So you have proposed a centralized TA allotment scheme. So what exactly do you mean by the centralized allotment scheme, and can you give us a few more details about what exactly you have in mind?
See, my point is like currently what's the system within this PG students. If a student belonging to say energy science, he need to do his TA within that energy science, while his master's or doctoral studies may involve in electrical or mechanical. So I really don't see the need of a student in energy science doing fluid mechanics or heat transfer or thermodynamics. So if I am given an option wherein I will be doing my TA ship in departments and in the specializations which would aid me in my master's or doctoral studies. I'll give you a best example of mine. Like I work in energy markets. I need to have the technical background of power system, the coding of this computer science, and the regulations and policy making of this school of management. But I'll be given some machines lab or say some digital, which in no way is gonna help me. But I want to do my TA ship in computer science, wherein coding, where I'm actually proficient at, and that is where I'll be doing most of my work. So it would give an option for the students to actually go and explore TA-ship in other departments and learn from them.
So TA-ship is based on basically a fixed number of courses, and this allotment of TA-ship is done by the professors on a need by need basis. So how are you sure that the professors will be okay with this centralized TA scheme? They may not want to take students from other departments, right? They may want their own students working under them.
To a certain extent, yes, but not completely.
This is a very vague statement. Have you talked to any professors about this?
Okay, I'll give you more generalized statement.
Alright.
See, currently how the TA allotment is being done, like it's just arbitrary. A part of 3-4 departments where you have this preferential TA allotment, the faculty or whoever the concerned person is, he just throws a dice. He picks like, these people are to be given this course. These people have to be this course. They just don't think like whether the student is actually interested in teaching that allotted course.
So why would this change their mindset? They still just want their own students working under them in whatever courses they have for them, right?
See, it's not just always about the faculty you need to know. It's also the student's perspective on actually taking it up. If it's one direction, I don't think there's need of.
Yes, I am also very concerned about the students, but the point is the faculty has the final decision, right?
Yeah, faculty has a final decision. And also, point is within the institute norms, there is never mentioned that a student from one department has to do its TA in same department. There's no rule. It's just the faculty's need for actually wanting the students in the department. There's no rule as of such. So there's a flexibility if I go by norms.
Okay. So we'll move on to Rinki. So you have mentioned that you will do room allotment for the PGs before the orientation session. So do you know why it doesn't happen as of now? Do you know what the problems are?
Actually, my groundwork during my groundwork I came to know that these type sometimes it happens that we don't have the exact idea of the students, which it happens in like autumn semester. This type of thing occurs, but basically my motive was for the PG girls. If you came to know for this problem is basically mainly for PG for the girls. Because the capacity of the rooms which is available now is comparatively very less. So because of those things, people have to suffer because for this thing, and to remove those I should say for the ensure allotment, like to ensure allotment, as we are aware we are already aware these building the new building H10 extension is already extension will be constructed in June, and by that time this type of problem probably we'll make sure that this type of problem will not be there, because this H10 extension have around 750 rooms capacity, capacity of around 750. So by this way, we will be assuring that the problem related to the room allotment will not be there.
This solves the problem for the girls, but as far as I understand it, there are plenty of PG men who also face a similar problem of difficulty in room allotment. So what about them? They don't have any room extensions, right, in the hostels.
Okay. The thing is so we'll accordingly with the collaboration of GSA, I'll make sure that these type of things will not be there, and we'll have I should say in advance we'll have the number of we'll try to have a statistics of the data how many number of students will be there, so that accordingly we can arrange that many number of rooms.
So have you talked to the GSA about this? Do you know the feasibility of providing rooms on time for the PG men?
Till now.
We'll move on to the last question, again for Rinki. Alright, so you wish to initiate a mega annual event for PG students to showcase their intellectual properties. So could you walk us through the complete timeline of this event, the budgeting, who will be organizing it, and the feasibility?
The thing is, my main motive was to conduct this event for PG body, mainly for PG students, but because it generally happens, because the thing is I can say because the staff, although these type of events are already there for which is conducted by UG bodies, but for in those bodies generally the participation of PGs is very less. As far as I think, one reason may be that these are conducted by mainly the UG bodies, and the information that is conveyed to the students is comparatively very less. And the thing is like these are already conducted by conducted by all the UG coordinators and all those types. So because of those things, PGs are not the PGs are not willingly to participate in those type of events. So we'll be conducting conducting a different mega annual event, for PG students.
Right, so I understand the motive behind it, but can you talk about who will be organizing it? Where will you get the budget for it? The logistics behind it?
Yeah, we will be conducting through PG Council, through PG Acad Council.
There are as many as 5,000 UG students on campus. Do you think you have the manpower to organize this many an event of this magnitude?
As I've already mentioned, with the with the coordination of staff, we will be organizing this.
Have you talked to staff members about this?
I have contacted to one of the PG nominee.
The PG nominee of the staff. But again, this is a member of the PG council, right? Even if he's a member of the staff, so you do need the approval of the actual UG staff members if you want, and if you need you have the manpower and the budget for this event.
Till now, I have not contacted to any of the other staff members. That we will be definitely contacting to conduct this events.
All right. And where will the budget be coming from?
The budget will be from both the bodies. Will be because with the collaboration of staff, so this budget will be the which will be the from like.
No, but what is STAB gaining? STAB is like you said, it is mainly meant for the UGs, right? So,
this one is for PGs, no?
So what is STAB gaining by providing a budget for an event of this magnitude? Why would the STAB members agree to this?
The thing is like this will the coordination, like these type of activities are already going on in a staff. Through a staff cells, these type of activities are going on. So this is one of the this will be conducted by mainly PG Academic Council. The funds will be provided by PG Academic Council.
Sure.
So now we can move on to the questions by audience.
So I have a question. So Megra,
Yes.
So Meghraj, you said that the PhD tenure should be of 3 years. So can you
That's
just...
my mistake. I admit it.
So you already admitted your mistake. Okay. Oh, no question.
Anyone else?
I have a question for Rinki. So in the key initiative section, the second point is push to enhance and provide full conference grant.
Yeah.
What does it mean, full conference grant?
The thing is like as we all know for international conferences, the full conference grant, like for US this is 1 lakh and for Europe this is 90 lakh. But if you 90,000, so 90,000, and for other countries this is 60,000 around. And as if we come to now real ground, on the ground level, so we know ki the amount which is consumed in like to and fro fare is like the thing is like they will provide fixed amount of 1 lakh around. So during my groundwork I came to know ki these type of things are there, like this amount is relatively very less. So there should be that type of provision, like the to and fro amount will take around 70 or 80,000 around, and that like we have to book a flight and all that to and fro amount, and the thing is like that amount, and beside this the registration fee, visa fee, and those types of things are already there. So the thing is like that particular amount is very less. So by this point I will say that should be the I'm just taking the full conference grant that will consider all that amount. Like,
So what is the estimate for different countries? Like in Europe, what is the estimate for full conference grant? You have made some estimate or something?
like for Europe, for US I have already said it takes around 70 to 80. It depends on the time.
For full conference grant,
Yeah.
what should be the estimate?
It should be around 150, 130 or 150.
130,000.
Huh?
Full, you are
1,30,000 around or 1,50,000 around.
So, just tell me the breakup of that grant, total full grant. So, what is the breakup? Like 70,000, 80,000 for fare,
Yeah.
and rest 50,000 for what?
The thing is, 70-80,000. Beside this, the TADA fare is also there also, and this registration fees and visa fees. It's all to be consider. Is to consider all this.
Okay. The next question is. So you have in the section career counseling and soft skills development. The fourth point is increase the number of companies providing internship for PG.
Yeah.
Increase the number of companies. How will you increase that?
The thing is what we can do is we will be collaborating. We will be contacting with the alumni and for these things, and we can also contact the industries. Like I have already communicated in some of the industries regarding this thing, and they are interested in providing internship, and which is already not there in the current I should say current number of lists whichever is providing internship for the PG students. So by the alumni, by contacting alumni and all those, the alumni, and by making our contacts. So I have already contacted contacting one of the company, and the thing is their friends with those type of communication will be.
So why should they hire PG students for internship? Like, how will you ensure that more companies hire PG students for internship?
Because when I contacted,
I understand that you will contact more companies, but how will you ensure that they will ultimately take PG students for internship?
That is the number. There is procedure for internship. Everything there is a full procedure. We have to communicate there through a procedure for those things. If students are interested in a particular company, then they will properly approach. They will approach in a particular company through a proper mode, and they will be there selected.
You misunderstood my question. My question is, I have understood that you will contact them, but how will you ensure that they become interested to hire
Students become interested, or
the company become interested to hire students?
That's why I have said if students are interested in that particular company, for the particular company, then there is a procedure to follow for that particular company. Procedure to follow for that the procedure to apply in that particular company, and there are a set of rules, like they have to particularly pass for exam or set of things are already predefined there. Then we have to pass those exams and all those things.
Thank you. So my next question is to Meghraj.
Yes.
In the section reinforcing pre-existing issues,
Yes.
the second point is follow-up tuition fee waiver for PhD students from
Yes.
second year onwards.
Yes.
So elaborate on that point.
Exactly. That's the issue which I found that from previous manifestos and all that, and I discussed this. I discussed about this issue 2 years back. What happened? This claim has already done, but what they give the reasons about that exemption, that they told that you use the guidance from the guides, and apart from that laboratories and laboratory applications. For that purpose, they are denying about that waiver. But they told that I am just quoting one of the report from 2 years back, that in that they have mentioned that there may be chances of reducing that 5,000 fees. Out of 5,000, 50 to 500 can be reduced. For that purpose, I will follow up if it. Yes. 50 to 500. Compared to 5,000, it becomes a large amount actually. Yeah, it's not possible. They are giving the reasons, then I will try to.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
I have two questions for you, Naveen. So you said that you will conduct hands-on sessions of computing softwares like MATLAB and Python. Do you really feel that this is a need for a PhD student? So those who have already come from a PG background, those who have already worked on MATLAB and Python, do you feel that there is already a need to conduct hands-on session on computing softwares like this?
Yes.
Why?
See, currently what the people who learn in the MATLAB, they would be just knowing the one aspect of that coding. But if you talk about GUI interface or using the ANI, any toolboxes within that system toolbox or artificial intelligence toolbox, there's huge amount of to be explored, which are not.
So from where you will bring this expertise?
See, these expertise you will find within the PhD community only, because that is where they will be doing their doctoral studies.
So do you really feel that, I mean, so you said that MATLAB, so even I am a PhD student, I have been doing all this MATLAB stuff. I never felt a need of having a hands-on session.
See, because your objective was not to explore that MATLAB.
I mean, see, everybody who is working on a particular research topic, his domain is fixed. He will not explore every toolbox, right?
See, but there are students who need to explore that.
So, and yes, another point is you said 24/7 biometric accessibility to departmental libraries. I mean, how will you ensure that?
See, I could do that in one way. First thing, I could make sure that the TAs, I talked about this TA shift just before that, of having this TAs actually allocating like 2 or 3 hours of their 8 hours of work as being monitoring the departmental libraries. And moreover, every departmental library, with the entrance of that, you always have a webcams. And if you're thinking that it's not implemented, it's being implemented at IIT Gandhinagar also.
That is fine. I mean, that is fine. That is fine. But the problem is, I mean, who will get this biometric access?
The students of the department.
I mean, that thing has been already implemented in systems and control also. So, I mean, and I too have a biometric access for my own departmental library. Okay, and we already have a TA for that. I mean, why do you, those things which are already implemented, why you are including those things in your...
See, it's point about the scalability of that. There are currently 31 academic units.
Okay.
Only because it's being implemented in 3 to 4 doesn't mean that it's been done everywhere.
No, but
and point is also, it's about the need of people actually needing the departmental libraries also.
yeah, that is fine. That is fine. That is fine. But they can get an access just like that. I mean, do you really feel that every department would have a biometric access for their library?
Yeah, I think they should be having, because that funds can
So
be
have you encountered any such department who has biometric access and who doesn't have biometric access?
The department which doesn't have biometric attendance is currently HSS department, the electrical department, and which is having its SysCon, I guess.
So I told you that is why.
No, I think it's there also in IUR.
First question to Meghraj. You have written about proposed to provide Akash tablet to needy PG freshmen on priority basis.
Yes.
Any idea how many of the current people who have got, how many of them make use of Akash tablet?
As per
How
I know,
much useful
MTech.
it is? Any idea?
Yes, as per I know that MTech first year students didn't got any Akash tablets.
Those who have got, like most of the students, senior students have got it, right? How much,
Yes.
what they use it for, or how much time they use it for? Like,
Exactly, that's the purpose that I am talking, that most of the people, most of the senior students whom I talk that they have used at all, and after 2 months they are not using that Akash tablet and they're just putting it in their room itself.
correct. Then what is
And
need of
as
providing
per-
it so quickly, like in priority basis and all, right?
Yeah,
Does it-
but there are few people that they want Akash tablet.
You only, right?
It's priority, that's the priority. That's the needy people. Most of people have Android phones.
Okay. You have written about continuing summer software school with greater efficiency, and you have also written about conducting this, taking feedback about this software workshops
yes.
by using some feedback mechanism, making them more efficient. What are the current problems? Why they are not efficient? How do you know? And
What I found that I too have attended the MATLAB workshop conducted by you. personally speaking, what happens ki in our department, people have particular event on that day. Rather, it's important than that of workshop. That's why I told you. That's the overlap of that workshop. That overlap with that workshop. That's the one issue many people can't attend because of overlap. The another one is the conduction of 4 hours session in only one time. It's not in that much. Rather, I will talk to that better. It will be better to put 2 hour session. It's not a grasping capability.
But you are talking about increasing efficiency of the software workshops by providing feedback mechanism.
Yeah,
have you conducted the feedback, or do you know if previous council has conducted the feedback? Or
yeah, I got the mail about the feedback.
Any idea about that?
Yes, I got the mail about the feedback.
But implemented this.
Yes.
This time we already implemented. This time
I agree with this. I agree with this.
Then
but still.
New you are planning to do in this? That I am not getting.
Yeah, I will actually. But you have. I personally speaking that there are lots of you have sent the mail regarding feedback, but many of students have not replied back. For that purpose,
one more point on engaging industry professionals to suggest improvements in safety and operating standards of laboratories. Yes. Elaborate little bit on it.
Yes, actually what happens is there are lots of laboratories and lots of laboratory appliances and machines and all there. Apart from this, there are new machines will be coming in the laboratories, and there is already allotted lab assistants are there. But
how are you increasing the standards and safety standards?
Yes, and many of the machines are not put the safety standards on that machines. Some machines put that safety standards, how to handle it, how to operate it, and all things. And lab assistants are already know about how to use and operate it. But when new machines comes out, that needs some demo type introduction to these people also, and who are staying in that lab, PhD candidates or research assistants. That's demo session also. For that.
Next to Naveen, thank you. And next to Naveen, we have written push for centralized TA allocation system, right? Do you think this is feasible really? Because right now some departments are trying to allocate within their departments, and the kind of struggle they are facing within the department itself, like it's very difficult to manage giving what you want. And here you are asking about totally giving to some outside department and all. And is it practical? Like, because many times people opt for same post, many people will come, there are many posts nobody opts for, and then some choice has to be made. Here it's going to be more worse because you are giving a totally different choice to everyone. So is this feasible? Possible?
I think it's feasible. See, you are taking a one section of that wherein all the students are applying for one course and not applying for other part. This could be a one of the case, but it's not the general case. If you're talking about the within the departmental, currently what the TA head does it, he just randomly chooses the students to some courses. But there are some departments wherein this preferential TA allotment scheme, within the electrical department we have that. So I don't think if it's similar to the preferential TA allotment scheme, it's just that the students will be coming from other departments, nothing more than that. And see, it's just not going to be arbitrary. The faculty would be saying, have a saying that you would be saying I need to have so 8 CGPA, students who have done so and so research that courses, or having so and so research interest. The students will be specifying that I'll be doing my master's or doctoral studies in some on that aligned path, and I'm interested in doing these sort of things. So this is a qualitative one.
You have written push for bi-monthly update on the departmental websites, right? Along with some lag equipment infrastructure. Right now, do you have any idea how frequently departments update their website? How frequently? Or even IIT website, how frequently they update?
See, first I'll talk about department. There are some, it's not uniform, it's like very heterogeneous and amorphous on that. There are some departments which after 1 year they have not yet updated, but if you take computer science department, it gets updated very regularly.
And what is the least, lowest, longest like this?
Longest, I think it's HSS department.
How long?
More than 1 year, 1.5 years, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's 3 to 4 years. Many departments are not updated website.
I'm taking one of that. I'm talking one of it.
But the lowest I'm telling you, it's about 3 to 4 years people are not updated.
Because,
Last 2
see,
years, many faculties are joining, their web pages are not there. I can show you this.
see, if anything is updated, it's generally given at the bottom in the red scroll.
Not with all the departments.
Yeah, not with, that is when the question comes about the authentic of that, like when it's currently updated.
Anyway, next to Rinki. Thank you. Next to Rinki. Okay, anyone else want to ask? So in the follow-up section, the follow-up section, in the second one you also talked about that tuition fee waiver. So do you know in previous council anybody tried to do this and what was the result and how you are going to tackle this? Just tell me in brief.
I'll just sum up everything in like 2 minutes. Currently this IDR, Shivamuddu, is being currently dealing with that. And when last year when Smriti Rani came in, there was a committee formed, and IDR is a person who is actually looking into that. And the reason why I'm saying it's feasible is because there are some institutes within India, they don't have this tuition fee waiver. They have this tuition fee waiver. Example, I will talk about IISc Bangalore. So I really don't see like why this will not get implemented. It's just a matter of 5,000, 10,000 annually. So I don't think the institute or the MHRD will get substantially from that.
I have asked why it had not been implemented, do you know? It had been tried,
Yeah,
but
it has.
failed. You know why it had not been?
I won't use the word fail, but I would say like it's still under process. Only because you don't see results, it doesn't mean it's failure.
So I'm saying it's not in practice. It means it has not been in practice. So do you know what was the reason given by the administration to block that?
See, what the reason, one of the faculty was saying is the kind of interaction that goes between the student and the faculty and the student utilizing these resources. This comes under 5,000. And there's another aspect of that. If you talk about this mess, currently like if you take monthly it is like 3,000. For 12 months it's 36,000. But we pay an amount of only 26,000. So have you any time thought like where this 10,000 is going to come from? It's actually from the tuition fee. That is what some of them were saying.
Not from tuition fee, from 6,000, which is there is a subsidy of 6,000 in the tuition fee.
I said it's one of the aspects.
Tuition fees is only 5,000. Questions to Rinki. Third point is proposed to float up PhD topics even before the admission. Is any department doing that, and how it is going to help, and do you think people will be able to decide immediately just before the admission, or will it lose the advantage that they can, once they can come here, do the course, see the faculty, see the system and then take a call? So will it not give that disadvantage to them during the topics?
The thing is like these type of things are already going on in some of the departments. I can give you example like in chemical departments, these type of things are there. The thing is like the advantage will be that like if as I have already mentioned, along with the topic, brief description of project will be there. So that will be better than than providing no information to the students. I think if they will having an idea the brief description of the project, they will be having idea about the brief description, then they can decide whether they want to join that particular project or not. So that accordingly they can particularly join, whether they can join in an institute, or if they will be having like many options, so that they can join another institute also.
So right now description is not given. Right now no description is given.
I said in some of the departments this thing is there, but in not all the departments.
Second question was on here written push for MOUs with more universities for exchange programs. Discuss. Okay.
Okay, so now we come to the last part of the soapbox. Specific. I'm just wondering if
all of you have thought about problems of research scholars when like sexual harassment or caste-based discrimination, linguistics, language-based discrimination that scholars go through, and if there is any problem, the change of guide. There is no student support for such students who go through such difficulties. It directly goes to the dean and they always take the side of faculties. There is no particular student body. I wish you think about it. Sometimes it goes to an extent where students kill themselves, become the suicide case. But all three of you can think about it. Any one of you will become Gen Sec, but this is a serious issue.
Thank you. So we now come to the last part of the soapbox. All three of you will be getting 2 minutes to make your closing statement. And we'll start with Negraj.
Guys, just a moment. Start again. Keep your mic very close to you. Keep it loud and clear. I don't even know how loud you'll get it recorded. So keep it clear.
So coming to end, as I have experience of college cultural team, being a member of college cultural team, core member of college cultural team, and design section and planning section head of college cultural. Apart from this, I have a 1 year experience of job profile at managerial level as well as execution level. That's why I know the problems and the instant or rather instant solutions and rather discussions and hierarchy, work with hierarchy. That's why I suppose myself that I will better handle this post and I will better communicate with my academic unit PGSA team and will serve this post very efficiently. So please vote for me.
I believe in inclusive growth for building trust and confidence, along with the culture for the development of the student, along with the enrichment of the student committee, and also make sure that if I get elected, I would act as a strong bridge to act as a facilitator between the student and the institute, and always take the side of the students when need arises. Thank you.
As I have already mentioned in my vision, like during my groundwork, I came to know that for GSA, PG, basically mainly three duties are there. First is like to amend and initiate new academic policies in a way that it will make the students' lives simpler. And the second is to increase the research potential of Janta with more industry collaboration. And the third is to expose Janta for the available career opportunity. So as you can see from my manifesto's points, so my vision is simply to provide support, exposure and opportunities available to all the jantas, all the janta. And as you can see from my potentials, although I'm a new in IIT, but I am confident enough to take up the responsibility of this post, because I have already in my past life I have already taken up this type of responsibility for my credentials. So I urge you all to vote me for this post.
So I declare that the soapbox is over. Thank you for coming.